Zombie apocalypse.
How's it going, everybody? This is Tabo Drabo. Hope you're having another great day, and welcome back to another video. So once again, this is going to be another random thoughts video. In this series, I like to talk about whatever's on my mind, whether it's something interesting in the world, if there's a personal story I want to talk about, or if I just want to rant about something. So if there's something that we all know is that video games happen to be one of the most popular leisure activities in the world. And it really doesn't matter what console you play, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, Sega, or even a PC nonetheless. There are a lot more people worldwide that are now more interested in video games nowadays than they were in the past. And I say that through personal experience myself because, as I've mentioned before, I am a video gamer myself. I have 3 PlayStation consoles, the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation 4, along with 80 plus games across all 3 of those consoles. And as I've mentioned before, I want to build up a video game console. I want to build up a lot more on all 3 of those consoles so far, and even get the other PlayStation, Xbox, and a whole bunch of other consoles, and along with a whole lot of other popular video games, so that way you can play some very popular video games across all of them. But there are many ways that you can characterize gamers. It may depend on level of interest in certain genres, or maybe just their overall mood in the video game industry, because there are many ways that gamers these days will usually like to talk about how much they enjoy games, or whether or not there's something that they really enjoy about it, or really if they just have the time for it. There are plenty of ways that we can characterize gamers today. And so I want to talk about 3 ways that I personally would characterize video gamers today. Now, this is just the way that I would personally characterize gamers, and mainly this is just based off of interest, the amount of time that they usually spend at it, and really just what they like in video games as a whole. Now, obviously, you all may have your different characterizations about how you would characterize gamers, and mainly just a lot more of a difference when it comes to just what exactly they like to do on them or something like that. These are just ways that I personally like to characterize video gamers as a whole, and just how they relate to video gaming as a whole as well. So my first type of gamer is the casual gamer. Now, the casual gamers, those are the ones that usually enjoy video gaming, but only limit themselves to a very certain amount of hours and really a certain amount of activity on them. Now, casual gamers, they usually handle more of a work-life balance, so really they focus a lot more on everything that happens with their jobs outside of home, and they only limit themselves to a certain amount of hours on a video game console or PC, whatever one they play. And so because of that, they really only limit themselves to a certain amount of modes on them. And usually most of the time, casual gamers would mostly focus on the single player modes. Usually they'll only be able to play on a role-playing game or a first-person shooter or any kind of game, and just usually play the single player mode or campaign mode of a block-player video game like Call of Duty or Halo or even Madden NFL or something like that. They'll usually just play something like that. And if they are going to play multiplayer, it may not be a whole lot of online stuff. It mainly could just be like one-on-one multiplayer with a friend or a family member or something like that. So yeah, these kinds of gamers, they do have a work-life balance. So while they do have an interest in gaming, they don't have a whole lot of time for it because they have to focus on what's going on outside of that as well. But they will usually only limit themselves to a certain amount of time to play a certain console game, but also really just only limit themselves to a certain amount of modes, or even just a single player mode based on their particular interest level in them. And that's exactly where I fall in right now. I'm a casual gamer myself, and really I only play the video games for the single player mode, but I usually want to try to work my way up that ladder, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a little bit. The second kind of gamer is the intermediate gamer. Now, this might be a little bit weird for some, but obviously intermediate gamers, it usually depends on what's happening. They can be those on and off gamers. Sometimes the gamer could be really interested in and spend a whole lot of hours on a console game, and really just spend a whole lot of time with their friends playing online multiplayer on certain games for, let's say, maybe like for a week or a month or so, and then maybe at another time they're just off the consoles for quite a bit. They can only be on there for, let's say, like an hour or so a week, or maybe just a day or 2 a week, something like that. And because they usually, like I said before, they may have a whole bunch of other things that are going on in their lives, or maybe they just want to get away from video gaming for a little while. But those are the ones that are getting more interested in video gaming as a whole. The intermediate gamers, they try their best to usually get as many games as possible, try to build up a whole collection of that, and whenever they do have a whole lot of time to play console gaming, they would act like those hardcore gamers, just spend a whole lot of time playing games like Fall Guys or, Animal Crossing and stuff like that, and, just spend a whole lot of hours trying to build up as many of those collectibles as possible. And usually this would be during the amount of time that they do have that free time to be able to do so. And again, like I said, maybe those other times, they're just trying to get away from it a little bit. So, these are these on and off gamers, something like that, but they do have a real interesting connection in the video gaming industry and do have an interest in trying to build up a possible gaming career or gamer life as a whole. Finally, my third type of gamer, and this is really the one that is really most dominant today, is the hardcore gamer. And the hardcore gamers, I think this is pretty simple. Their life is all about video gaming. It really doesn't matter what console they play, the PlayStation console, the Xbox console, Nintendo, Sega, Dreamcast, or even a PC or something like that. All they do and talk about is video gaming. And they will spend hours and hours on end every single day playing video games. And it doesn't matter what game they play. Call of Duty, like I said before, or even a sports game like Madden, or any popular role-playing game, or even a classic game as a whole. It may be a lot of retro classic gamers as well. Games are really their life, and all they do is talk about video games and play a whole lot of video games as a whole. And those are the ones that are really most interesting, because those are the guys that spend hours and hours on end doing everything they can to be able to build up those collectibles, and not only that, just talk about what's interesting about video game industry as a whole. Some of them really enjoy playing video games because a lot of them just want to do it as a career. And there are a lot of people that have actually gotten a career in video gaming all because of their love for video games. Some of them have ended up becoming QA testers for big time video game companies, or some of them have even become professional gamers, or even become Twitch streamers and all of that, even do podcasts talking about video games as well. Either way, these are the guys that are most interested in the video gaming industry, and it can go through any kind of console, any kind of genre, anything like that as a whole. And these are the guys that really make or break the video game industry. So why are these three characterizations important? Well, it's because these are the type of people that the video game companies are really trying to go after. It doesn't matter exactly what they are, they always try to find something to get people interested in gaming, whether it's something that will keep them around for hours on end, or maybe just something just, to pass the time if they're not really that big of a gamer and they're just a casual gamer. Nowadays, everybody's more and more interested in video gaming because as every year goes by, video games have just become a lot more popular, and there are now more ways to enjoy video games because obviously, these are people that really like to spend their time playing video games, whether it's not a whole lot of time because they want to focus on other things as well, or they just spend their entire day's worth trying to find something very important in that pocket list in a certain multiplayer mode in Call of Duty or something like that. These are the people that really make up the video game industry. And this really matters because, there is a gamer in all of us. And even if you don't play video games yourself, you like to watch people play video games, like World of Warcraft plays, they have a whole lot of gameplays, of popular single player modes from very popular video games in the past. It really doesn't matter because, we are all gamers for a reason. Every one of us enjoys video games because we're in it for the thrills. We're in it for the multiplayer. We're in it for what could possibly happen in a single player mode, trying to figure out what happens in the storyline. We're just in it because video games are now a major part of why life is so popular today. It's just exactly why video games are just such a popular leisure activity. And that's something that I personally enjoy taking part of. Like I said, I'm trying to build up enough money to start a video game collection. Obviously I have 3 PlayStation consoles, as I've mentioned, and every single time, I really just try to find popular games online that I can buy, so that way I can try to play them myself. And with everything getting back to normal soon, hopefully, like I said, we're starting to get a lot of vaccinations now for the coronavirus, which is really good. So, hopefully things go back to normal. I can start picking up on trying to build up my video game collection again. And, hopefully I can start playing some popular video games on all 3 of those consoles. And like I said before, I'm a casual gamer, but I want to try to work my way up. I want to try to work all the way up to those hardcore gamers, but not really that big time hardcore gamer, because like I said, I want to try to find a career in the TV and film industry, but really just try to work my way up on building a video game collection and getting as many consoles and games as possible, so that way I can at least enjoy exactly what everybody else is enjoying in the video game industry, and that's playing popular video games, either new, classic, or just anywhere in between. But yeah, I think that these characterizations that I've mentioned today are really important because, these are people that no matter what you are, a casual gamer, an on and off gamer, or whether you're just a pure hardcore gamer whose life is pretty much all about video gaming. Video games are such a popular thing in the world today, and really, anybody can get involved in it, whether you're just a kid or an adult, or even if you're really a grown-up as well. There's always something in video gaming for all of us, or whether it's just for a single player mode, just trying to be able to complete a campaign mode, and usually that's pretty much it, or if you're just all in a multiplayer trying to get as many collectibles and unlockables as possible and just playing online with multiple friends as possible. These are just the kind of things that really get us involved in video gaming. Video games are here because they're a way to keep us going, they're a way to be able to keep us active and really just enjoy life in general. And without video games, what is there in life other than video games to enjoy? I mean, come on, usually there are not a whole lot of other leisure activities out there that can really get somebody interested in something as video gaming. And so, these characterizations I think are important because, no matter who you are, video games are really, really fun activities for a reason. And that's just exactly why I am proud to be a part of the gaming community, even if it's just a casual for now. And really just exactly why these types of gamers are really what make the video game community so enjoyable to be a part of. And so to everybody that's watching this video, what kind of gamer are you? Are you a casual gamer or an intermediate or hardcore gamer like I characterized today? Or are you a different kind of gamer? Or are you like an RPG gamer? Or are you a first-person shooter gamer? Or maybe an anime gamer or something like that? Or what kind of gamer are you? Let me know down in the comments. I'm always interested in hearing more about what some of your favorite games are. What kind of gamer are you? I'm really interested in hearing your thoughts about this. And more importantly, just how you personally would characterize gaming. And yeah, obviously I always like to hear what you think about it. So feel free to let me know down in the comments. I really like to hear more about what you think about video gamers and really how you would characterize them as a whole. But yeah, it's a very fun leisure activity, and without video games, I really don't know how much there is in life to enjoy. So I'm very proud to be a part of this community, and like I said, hopefully one day I can end up becoming a hardcore gamer and get as many games and video game consoles as possible. Alright, that's it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. As always, if you'd like to see more of my content, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when my latest video is released. As always, be sure to comment below on future video suggestions, whether it's through projects, vlogs, challenges, or random thoughts videos, you name it. Leave it in the comments below and I'll do my best to make them. And as always, follow me on my social media. All the links are in the description below. That's gonna do it for this video. Hope you're having another great day, and as always, I look forward to seeing all of you again in another video very soon. So long, everybody.